Here's the former Utah Ute, Matt Gay, to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Another run with Sanders. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with Sanders. And so look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Now Sanders. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They hand off to their big tight end. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. Back to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
2nd down and goal. Hurts sliding out of the pocket. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. This will be caught at about the 5. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. We're scoreless after 1. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Eagles post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the 1st quarter before we spilled into the 2nd, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. Now Stafford. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a first down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say punt the football there.
So we're changing to analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them, and really took a big-time chance.
Yeah, big-time first half chance. Stafford's throw pulled in by Jefferson. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up second down. Throwing again is Stafford. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now a first down throw, Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
To throw again on second down, Stafford. That's complete to Robinson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Now it's Stafford. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll run here with Akers. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Cam Akers, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Rams are an extra point away from evening this one up. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face, and analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. He'll buy some time right. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay? Because it says something like this: I've got this many seconds to find a target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this first down snap. He doesn't just get some yards, though. He gets a big gain, and they'll come right back with another 1st and 10.
This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes this a 14-8 ball game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. The final shot before the break. Stafford going up top for Kupp. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
From the 31, Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing is Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
Stafford's pass complete. He's got Kupp. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 27-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Stafford now to throw. Oh, a nice catch by Kupp. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They'll run on first down with Akers. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
As long as you've been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Akers again, and he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Cam Akers, his 2nd touchdown of the night, and the Rams are an extra point away from capturing the lead.
Well, 2 touchdowns scored. I know his team's happy. His coaches are happy. How about the fantasy owners of this game?
Always happy with 2, but they'd like 3 or 4. So the call's made by Sean McVay. They're going to go for 2. It's a run with Akers. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 70 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
On the stop was Aaron Donald.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Rolling to his right. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stafford. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down. They snap it to Stafford.
That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And he is going to have the Rams 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Stafford.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Check 45 to Check 45 to Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line.
89 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, defense, let's go.
On first and 10, it's Sanders. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Another run here with Sanders. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On third down, they turn to Sanders. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Let's go now. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Mike 53. Oh, yeah. Here we go again.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. Now it's Stafford.
Throws left side. Atwell's got it.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Throwing here, Stafford. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on fourth down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the fourth quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here, and our score is going to stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, Charles, you remember their last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it, but you understand why they did in this close game late. Now, though, the road back is even tougher.
Yeah, no doubt about it, and it was fair to look back and say the fourth down was a moment where this one was decided. But as you mentioned, understandable about why they went for it. But, hey, a lot of credit to the guys on the defensive side of the ball. They knew they'd have to defend in that situation, and they got it done.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. Flush to his right. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And that flag accepted. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Back to throw. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. Hook up of 15 yards there. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
I like what they did there, still keeping their tight ends involved. They understand it's not quite Hail Mary time just yet.
A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yep, the opportunity squashed. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for profit.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it, because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.